Massalia is getting bigger and bigger in this recent events, in which we fought a big war against the Iberian tribes. For the most part, even we left out a few in which they were able to take advantage. This neighboring migratory tribe that is of a Celto-Iberian group. That one we may have to watch out for in the future. Even though we do not have much in the way of fortifications bordering them, as we're not trying to go penetrate inland into Iberia deeper, but we have a new target which we want to go after, and I'm going to fabricate another claim, and that is Turdetania. Yeah, Turdetania, unlike most of the Iberians that we've encountered, they are a democratic republic, so yes, they're somewhat civilized, and many peoples live there. And the main target of reasons why we're going after Menesthei Portus. This was once a Greek fort, which, surprisingly, as of this time, there are 3 Hellenic populations there. 2 Massalians and 1 Siciliote. So yes, there is a Massalian, but he's Iberic, which in a couple of years' time, especially during a war, those people are going to be assimilated to Turdetania. There is one proper Massalian Hellenic, which I'm sure this very small minority group of Massalians living there will be very happy. They'll feel that they're going to be liberated. And there's a Siciliote Canaanite, so no doubt pro-Carthaginian, one would think. So that's the main target we're after. But I couldn't help but notice before I hit record, it's like, yeah, we have a claim over this province, but there's also these 2 bigger territories we wanted. Sure, that's going to add up even more to the aggressive expansion, and probably just leave a small remnant of what's left of Turdetania. But we want to get most of the Turdetanian areas. But the odd thing is that this city is built in a marsh. I don't know why Greek settlers who once lived there built that city on the marsh compared to the one in Tartessos, which that one is on plains. But the real capital for Turdetania is over there, in Okuri. Which again, I'm not sure about the pronunciations, because I don't know the words are pronounced in the Iberian language. So, we want this, this, and this. Bacteria Catalanis, Bacteria Hispanialis, and Turdetania Occidentalis. So again, vast majority of them are Turdetanian in this area. Especially further upriver where there's Garmania, which at least they're not allied with Turdetania. But they are the same. No, not the same people. Okay. But they're on the verge of civil war, which we could take advantage of the chaos afterwards, but they'll have allies to back them up. But remember, those are the same people that kept the Carthaginians from expanding into this area. Even took the city, the settlement of Sexy, which was once Carthaginian territory. So I admire them. And when we come in and take most of this land while leaving what's little of them, which we may have to make them a tributary to us. Maybe, just maybe. Even when we look at so this is their best general, Anna, who's, just been married. It kind of makes me think that, gee, wish we had Iberian women serving in our ranks. But that's only if it's from their culture of an independent country. They're allowed to have women on the offices around the country, especially a democratic republic, and being generals of their armies. But their Archon is an older one, as he suffered from arthritis and dementia, and it's on the verge of a civil war. So the real question is, who's going to be their next Archon? It's he. I mean, we obviously look for the most charismatic. I believe that's going to be the man who's, Gotta be leading this country before we go to war, but we don't want to go to war just yet because our aggressive expansion is too high. And since we have interest in the other areas, we'll fabricate another claim. It's like, yeah, we wanted this city, but we include Tartessos as well, so go to here. And once we're done fabricating, we'll get one more for this province, and we will control a big chunk of it. And also, we were on the middle of a road building, but it seems this road building project has become too costly to get it to, from Carthage, which we made quite a distance, and take it to Massalia and even Antipolis. This area needs some food. So for now, stop road building. Save some money. Disloyal fleet? Why, yes you are. Are you plotting quietly? No, you're just disloyal. I'll persuade you later, because I want to take advantage of, a disloyal navy, which means our, income will go up even more. So we need quick cash, so that way I can research 2 inventions. Mercenary reliance and veteran enticements. We need mercenary maintenance and discipline before we go to the next one. So we'll take our sweet time. And also we fear the possible Roman aggression against Massalia, so we may want to save up money to build another fortress for our capital, because the Roman claim is towards Alps Maritime. While at the same time, aggressive expansion will go down slowly but surely. While our manpower is going up a bit faster than before. 186 each month, including one from one subject. Remember, when civil war breaks out, just hope that the Carthaginians do not. Turdetania, Turdetanian war. The Carthaginians have intervened. Oh, they're going to take a big chunk of this. They're at war with a lot of people. Damn it. We should have, well, we just don't have the money. We do have the manpower, we just don't have the money to maintain for such a long war. Oh, never mind. Loyalty's back with them again. So no doubt Carthage will be advancing up north. And it was you that started it. To take this area. They want sexy. Stratocratic monarchy. After elected to press, become a tyrant. Well, they do have the land connections, unlike before. We should ally with them. They're the ones that traded us with elephants, if you recall. If we still get elephants here. Yes, we still get elephants. Which one would think, when do we include elephants? Well, as long as we keep these guys alive. Rival to the Archon. Oh, we don't need a bit of tyranny right now. There's nothing we could do. I'll take the popularity hit. Oh, by the way. Level 2 fortress for our capital in case of Roman aggression. Oh, now they're having a full-on revolt. No, wrong Vestitania. It's this one. Why do these countries have the same names? You know what? Have a look. Wait, pirates. Go kill them. I know they're not raiding our coast, but only a matter of time. Well, if we can't catch them, then just let them go. Well, I want to see what's going on over there. That's what I want to know. 43 each. Yipe. So we'll get one from Mercenary Alliance. Send him. Oh yeah, these guys are involved too. Yeah, it's all the same conflict. Turdetania has occupied it. $192. So we're really increasing the manpower capacity. Keep it going. Oh, by the way, we have the Chimera statue. It's an Iberic artifact. This ancient statue is made of limestone. It has been a local cult focus among the Iberians since time immemorial. It's located here. So that ups the manpower a bit more, at least locally. Wish I would just loot it and store it for myself, but not really. I don't want to anger the Iberians, which now they're the majority religion of Massalia, even though we will remain committed to the Hellenic beliefs. They prevented a civil war, but I want to come in and take their land. Alright, where are they? Falling under Carthage's influence. Those are just mercenaries, don't be scared. Okay, there they are. I don't know where they're going, but they're going somewhere. Remember, just because they don't have a navy, but they do have a menacing army. And possible mercenary maintenance as well. They still have a formidable army. At least the province loyalties are going up slowly but surely. No, that's one. By the way, is this not done yet? Or we still turn this area Massalian in and around? And they say migration attraction lasts some. Like, is there an option where I could tell them to stop? No? Guess not, but don't worry about that. But I'm more concerned about the Carthaginian movement. That's just a zone of control. Unless they're sieging it already. Yep, that's capital city's under siege. Massalia gains national grand festival. So that's integrated culture happiness. It's Good. Well, the Carthaginians are advancing to there. They have committed their forces to there. But we fear that this city may fall too. But sometimes I want to stop the Carthaginians from advancing, but to do that we would have to go to the Sardinian front to do that. Risky. What do we need to fabricate a claim for? Both sides of Sardinia. While the Syracuse would fight them. I mean, the Romans ain't going to be happy of what we're going to do. You know what? Since we have a lot of political influence, give me both sides of Sardinia. They don't have any ships. We should take advantage of this. Whereas we're here just to keep on watching. I mean, it says it's under siege, so therefore it's under siege. But I have retaken sexy, because that's their main objective. It's not under siege yet. I think they're fighting in other fronts, as what the Allies are doing. There they are, ready and waiting. We're just observing. We're not attacking, we're watching. Oh yeah, they're bringing in more reinforcements as if they're going on that long walk. Hispanensis. No claims further inland? Okay, we'll have to take that as well. That's all we need. You can only fabricate a claim so much. Oh, do not forget, for future reference, in case we need some mercenaries. But remember, they have failed to take the relevant objective that they need, which is for this. That's their main goal. Which, in fact, they're already being occupied. Their two forts are under siege. If this city falls, if that city falls or whatnot, they would lose the war. And thus, they would maintain their sovereignty. And then we'll come in and take advantage of the chaos. Really? We could trade as far as the Bosporan Kingdom. Really, that range? Well, they say not the Antigonid Kingdom. We don't have range with them. We can even meet interactive Athens. What about Egypt? No, no contact with Egypt. Outside the range. Despite the fact that it's Cyrenaica, which we should be in contact, but not if we go to Sardinia, that's a maybe. But my interest is over there. It's Memnon Stream to go west. Well, we know what they're doing, so go check out the coast. Turdetania coast. Turdetanian. Foreign claims Gallic regional power in Subria. That's an ally of Rome's, I recall. Oh, they're getting big, huh? I mean, that you're standing on a part of Transalpine Gaul. Of course, you know, if we try to fight you, then Rome's going to come in and mess everything up. They may even have access, and they can easily walk through here. So I got my eye on you. So now we know what's going on. Oh, their city has fallen. That's their capital. They're really going to lose this war now. Now we can read what's going on. The maintenance. Get out of here. We lost a few triremes. In fact, they captured a few of those triremes. Get the out of here. Well, we know what's going on. We know what that is. Why were you chasing pirates? Low sleeping units. Then again, we needed the money. Aren't the Spartacus? No, no, Spartacus are fine, so. Provincial loyalty from Massalia. If they do fully occupy it, then their two cities have fallen. Abarat's still under siege, but it may fall soon, since the Turdetanian troops that we saw earlier are located there. And now the Carthaginians are going to go on a rampage throughout this countryside until this one fortress falls. And if they do, they lose. No matter how much gains the Carthaginians will get, they will lose this war. No, they're winning. Despite that they don't have sex, but they got the city. Abarat's been depopulated. Now they're on the losing side. They may have to call for a surrender. Well, what is it going to be? What kind of compromise are they going to have? If they survive, good for us. If Carthage gains it, bad for us. Because knowing Carthage, they're probably going to grab all of this. They're winning, they say. But they don't have the war goal. Unless Carthage is going to do a separate peace, that would further weaken them. And that'd be terrible for us. Ships are fixed. Alright, get back home. And I'll be sure to put the fleet maintenance up, you know, watch out for pirates. Next door neighbors' civil war ended. So they're very weak right now, and we can fight them since we got a free claim thanks to the War Council. Now we'll have the discipline to fight. So they're winning thanks to the Carthaginians. What kind of rebels? Any rebellion wars? Why didn't we think of that? That would be our way to get Sardinia for ourselves. Yeah, nobody lives there now. they're doing real well for the Carthaginian participation. Artidal Zanafid. Yes, my grandson. Nephew of the governor, and a grandchild of the Archon. He's foolish and he's sour-tongued just like me. That's what we like to see. People wouldn't have a way with words. So unfortunately this country's lost. The Carthaginians bested them. I don't even know their war enthusiasm for either side. Sometimes I wish I could intervene, but no, you have to be a great power if you wish to intervene. So all we need to do now is just save up some money, at least 500 gold to build up our war chest, then we're ready for war. Now for the other part of Sardinia. Hold on. Yeah. Sorry, a little bit of hesitation because of, what's going to be left of that country. They took that fort. And Turdetania? Yes, they have one more to go. And it's going to be absolute victory. Huge Carthaginian gains. While Turdetania is still occupied by one of their allies. At least we have the manpower, so we're ready for war. We just need the money. Oh yeah, that's from over there. Thank you. Oh, now they've gone up there. What's going on? They said they have peace now. Peace with who? They peaced out on both of these countries. %. 29%. That's referring to them, the ones who started that war. They knew they had Carthaginian backing. Now it's going to be more difficult to take the area that we wanted, because it's going to be in Carthaginian hands. So get the grain in. Help out with the food situation, because Carthage, there's too many people living there. They may not have the manpower, but they still got their cohorts. Your first job, grandson. Would have made you governor if we ever, go to this area. Oh, their last fort has fallen. War's over. Oh, wait a minute. Turdetania did expand in these areas. That's why the peace. The nation still lives. But remember, the war goal's supposed to be this and only this. That's what they wanted. So it ain't over yet. Unless they say it is. And then Carthage will take all of this, knowing how big expansions they are. All fully occupied. And they're next. Until they get one more fort. Just a moment. Where is she? Murgid. Is that over there somewhere? Apparat. Oh, it's over there. So, their army retreated to there, despite the fact their entire homeland is occupied. Just another screw you to them as a way of keeping the family scored, that's keeping Democrat support. Now they're making their way down there. They took that fort. Now they're ready to go down there. Even though their homeland's still occupied with no cohorts, so it's all Carthaginians from there. Petition. The wealthier residents of Alais sent a formal petition on behalf of the entire province, complaining about the harsh ways of their governor, Imperator Zanovid. It seems that his taxation policies cause quite a foray amongst the landowners who are having to work their slaves to the bone to meet their tax quotas. It is certainly unusual for our subjects to complain in such a manner. Perhaps we ought to consider their arguments carefully. The last thing I want is corruption. He's already corrupt. Just remove this miser. Ah yes, my son. You'll be governor. You're uncorruptible. And you encourage trade. Good to see that. How are you? Still healthy? I want you to make your way down there. All the way to there, at least. We'll be right behind you. Just want to know what's going on over there. The country's fully occupied. Armies in retreat. Don't worry about that. They still need manpower. Monica is currently under siege, so it's only a matter of time. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right, honestly, I'm pulling for them, but I don't think it's possible. They're gonna take this big chunk of land that Carthage wants, because it's what they've always wanted. And Turdetania will get this part. Well, it looks like they're being liberated, since they don't have an army yet. 50. Once they take Sexy, it's over. I mean, we have the money now. Yep, Sexy's fallen. War's over. It's over. Oh, I'm gonna hate to see the final form of the territorial changes. And those poor Massalian Greeks that still live over there. Gone for neutral stance. We have the other Sardinian claim now. They're still, but of course, they're not gone neutral yet. I mean, we're ready for war now. So, be prepared. We may have to go get mercenaries again. Depending on what's left of Turdetania. They've occupied all of them. It's all over now. 99. Alright, let's see. Oh gosh. If Carthage does eliminate the entire country, well, we know what we're up against. Unfortunately. Because they never advanced through the Iberian until now. And they're still very fresh on their manpower. The fleet is ready, and the army morale should be up soon. They managed to liberate all their territories, and are beginning negotiations, we assume. Well, after they take down this one last fort. Carthage, Carthage, Carthage. It's all Carthage. They don't care about their ally. They don't give a darn about Westernmost. It's Carthage and Carthage only. That's all they want. They wanted this land for a long time. But it's them that's the negotiator. They're the ones that started the war. Wonder if they'll just take those gains and give Carthage nothing in return. If they do screw over the Carthaginians by giving them nothing in return, that's good for us. Which, Turdetania will be weak when we come in. And then we'll come in and we'll establish the land, build a fortress bordering against the Carthaginians. And the future war with the Carthaginians will have a two-front war. Let's research that technology now. Experience decay. Okay, here it is. Final form. Yes, they did take that city that we wanted. And its capital. They keep sexy. But their manpower, they are beaten. So are their allies. They got almost nothing in defense. So, okay, fine. We will take Tartessos, but we will fight against Carthage, sooner or later. And which is to not only take all of this, which is the province that we wanted anyway, but not concerned about these areas yet. But do not forget that those people, they were allied with Carthage. So the Carthaginians now finally have a proper foothold in Iberia, but not too much of it. But we fear their military might. Keep that all in mind. So we're ready now. We're ready to go. Oh, force march. Well, you'll be first to know. Because my army is ready. And Xenocrates is still with us. So the arms for hire is reduced and it'll cost us 13 gold in maintenance. So yes, it's enough for all of us. Alright, we're hiring them again. Xenocrates is still with us. But remember, it's going to take a lot of time for them to get their morale up. Get off that forced march. I mean, reorganizing them would make it go faster, but we don't have much time. We want to take advantage of the beleaguered state that they're in. We'll be the first ones on the ground. We'll pick you up later. So, meet you at, okay. And watch out for pirates. Once we're at the coast, although we can't go into the goods stand this. I mean, this is the river, and this is, what do they call it? Gulf or lagoon? What is that word? This is Atlantic Ocean. This is whatever that geographical feature is. So we're on the move now. Unfortunately, we're going to have starving populations. And without that province loyalty is going to be, yeah. It's the best way I could describe it. Well, at least they didn't occupy all of Turdetania, so we'll try to get most of this, more than the Carthaginians would ever achieve. And we will have to fight Carthage. And remember, we still have to Hellenize the ports. And if we want to form the Phocian League, we also may have to get Malacca as well. Those other settlements that are heavily fortified, we have to get those too. I know the spread of corruption, but tell us to... We'll say no to that. I like having the Senatorial War Council. Council. I always have trouble pronouncing that word. And if we have to fight the Carthaginians, then we would have to get these two ports as well. Pirates, look out! Look out, man! Yeah, that was a bit of a rough ride. Remember, they have no army. It's on the verge of a civil war. But they still got their few allies, which is the only resistance we'll get. So, I figured, well, maybe the mercenaries should land here while we'll ravage the countryside as much as we can. While the fleet has to come back and pick up the rest. Remember, your objective, take Tartessos, the entire province here, the whole province there, and maybe include that as well. Just occupy the whole country. Forget about the allied ones. Ignore them. But Malacca, we may have to get that too, before Carthage gets it back. We're good and ready. We'll not be calling out any allies in. This is the most distant war that we fought yet. And also, we forget to point out that we are the first Greeks to travel beyond the Pillars of Herakles in a long time. And now we'll be landing on their coast. Get these damn vegetables again. Now we have contact with the Antigonid Kingdom. How? I mean, we knew they advanced the Epirus. Oh, there's a revolt. Big time. While Rome's fighting somebody else. It's an Illyrian issue. I thought it was Antigonid cutters, no? Not it. Well, we know our ally, Syracuse, is involved. As they're with Rome, as they're with us. You're gonna have to choose a side when hostilities break out. I don't think they got the money to afford and maintain mercenaries. If they even try to hire, they're going to be... Yeah. Alright, land here. Let's go. Alright, we're here. Supply is good. Go pick up the rest. Because we need reinforcements. Can't move. We have to stay here then. Well, I guess you're the ones that's going to be ravaging the countryside. Wait for it. Wait for those pirates to pass through. That be getting those two. We'll get sexy later. Unless we reduce that to a city. I don't know. Get all of it. There's some good food, but still. That would be problematic. Alright. Let's go. Population simulation speed. That's what we would want. Stop fixing those ships. We gotta get to the front. They took down a fortress there. Fair enough. Oh, they're mostly fixed. Mostly repaired. Nearly 40,000. We'll definitely get up to 40,000 max and make 200 a month. Which is better than ever. Well, since this place is about to fall, I think we found our objective. I know it's not within naval range, but go upriver. Land there and take that fortress. Alright, now get out of there. Stay in Carthage. That's the nearest safe port. Well, actually, no. We can actually make landings here once the city's fallen. Our Teslas is ours. Alright, split up. Have fun, y'all. Granary fire. Sorry. It's just there's too many people living there. I mean, if we can get all of this in the future, then it will solve the food shortages. And that would be the similar problem once we get sexy too. Just to spite the Carthaginians. But I have a soft spot for those people. They fought bravely against the Carthaginians and fought around. They were For many years, long before we came here, there were an effective resistance, but they were outsmarted by Carthage, as Carthage had a much larger manpower than they have. And they've broken up with their former ally. Probably looking to add a client state to their name. And they got Abderrat back being populated. Actually, no. Just wait. Because that zone of control there. For Turdetania. Just take your time to get everything. Now we're at the max. We're not expecting much resistance, so... For once, take less. No, hostile attrition. That applies if it's in our territory. Yeah, if we can occupy more, then we could finally, you know, feed the troops. At least for this one. Because this has bad supply limit. Except further upland. We have our war goal, which is not fully occupied yet. But I want the other areas too. Celtacia. Celtacia has attacked them. Celtatians, they're Celto-Iberians. Now, Memnon, this way. Yes, food is good here now. We got some unwelcome guests. Stop. I want to have the honor to fight them. You take the fort. I know their numbers are small, but... this is just too good of an opportunity to pass. Move on. Food capacity should last long enough to get the incompetent storage for my son. Oh. See to that proper standards are followed. And we may have a civil war in our hands. Oh, is that so? Now to revoke these holdings so he won't have much of a power base. All of it. Ain't nobody going to be having them. Without your holdings, you have less power base. There. Who's laughing now? And where are your friends? And yes, this will be my last war. Why would I appoint a dictator if we already have lifetime elections? But it gets the morale of armies up. But it would get the tyranny up, which is the last thing I would want to do. But regardless, because I would love to get into a battle and win it. That's what I would want. There cannot be a civil war now, based on those circumstances. And don't give Turdetania anything. And I need someone to volunteer to go get Sexy and Malacca. Or why not both? Especially this one, because that one will be easier to take. Wait a minute. Under siege. Oh, Turdetania probably beat us to it. Oh, better go get Sexy instead. But I don't want to leave this area because of that zone of control. So it should be you that's going to be going. You got good food capacity. Only 2 pups died. Oh yeah, they're involved in that. Station yourself over there. This place has fallen. Get to the ships. No, Malacca's not under siege anymore, so we have to get that. If we want to have total victory, control all of this. Oh yeah, I didn't know they were a warring faction, but I'll take care of it. You just get the rest. We'll remain in our positions. We will drag this war on as long as necessary. Starved populations, unfortunate. Goldfields of Mastia. I didn't know this area has the... Well, we know precious metals, but these are gold mines? Hey, we should really care more for this city in the future when we fight Turdetania. And then the other Turdetania, the further along the coast we go. Malacca's under siege. That would be me, right? Blockading. Succumb to lunacy. You may be corrupt, but I'll put you as a researcher instead for the former governor. They should go down quickly. It's a heavily fortified coast that they got there. Should be easy. Keep an eye on these soil characters. If I see a chance of risk of civil war, I'll be sure to inspire one of their armies some disloyalty. Apandros. I remember you. You used to run the army for us. I like the Sparta kids, but I don't know about having him at that position. He could potentially screw things up, but lazy and aggressive. Son of the general. Oh, that's who you are. Siciliote. Right, we brought him in, and you originally lived over there, and I didn't know you actually came here. So yes, I'm going to give you that despite the low statesmanship, but give it time. This is probably the easiest war, even though, as we said, we wanted to enter this region, but we'll take what we can get. And then we'll fight Carthage a little later. And it seems they're really fortifying this area. Oh yeah? I'll be sure to build a... well, unfortunately, get rid of the slave estate and replace it with a fortress. Two could play that game. And they were in the middle of building a library. Because they're trying to get some more noble happiness, which... Luck is ours. Next. At least they were able to build before we build a new fortress. Or we can get some more glass. Ah, good. For more civilization. And population slowly going away. Shoot! They have betrayed Syracuse. Rome has decided to fight against Syracuse. Damn, damn, damn. Things are gonna get worse before they get better. Gonna need some step horses for this. Although we don't have the money because we're using mercenaries right now, but after this, we're gonna have to build a whole new army here to replace the mercenaries. Oh, that tribe is no longer with them. But instead, they're going to be bringing their allies over here. But remember, they don't have a navy, so they ain't going to come here unless they give them access. So now they want to go into over there. They're just taking advantage of the chaos there. And I'm sure Carthage and Rome will come to blows in the future. We have to finish this war. We know their war enthusiasm is very low, so they'll be willing to surrender all of this to us, which would just be a huge aggressive expansion. I mean, these are the lands we want. But Malacca is also what we want, but also a bit of this too. This is just for more food. Salted fish. Okay, that's both food then. Alright, we don't want the Carthaginians to have sexy as well. That's not our target, but it has its relevance of the Turdetania if we want to take over all of Turdetania to have total victory. We gotta speed up the process. But I can't move these armies out of here because of the zone of control. It's one of the allies. Unless we tell the others from that war to basically tell them to back off. Can't tell them to cancel or whatnot. I mean, I have always imagined having a third army, so let's have at it. For starters. Syracuse is in danger. Need more horses for heavy cavalry discipline. Originally, we wanted to have Syracuse as an ally, as a way of fighting against the Carthaginians, but looks like the Romans have cost us an ally. While we're on the verge of defending our homeland in case they do indeed come here. So in the meantime, stay over there. And what will this army mainly consist of? Well, so with obviously more archers. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And also, I was about to say, well, the horse archers, you know, they're a little more expensive than heavy cavalry, unfortunately. Well, there's the elephants, but they're a bit expensive. And plus, I don't want them to lose to the Carthaginians, otherwise we would never get elephants of our own to be difference makers. Yeah, we'll bring heavy infantry as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was thinking about horse archers, based on the effectiveness against the heavy infantry, but it's the elephants that do much better. We know Rome is famous for their heavy infantry, just like ours with the hoplites. So, may want to go get some elephants too. At least, gosh, 4 of them. And have 2 supply trains. And I'll be sure to spend the mercenaries. It's going to be a long way back home once this is all said and done. And I know it's a huge waste of manpower, but we gotta get somewhere. Just assuming Rome doesn't attack us. This is just us overreacting. Imperator. I was about to say, why haven't they joined? We can't go up and help them. I mean, we do have the naval range to get there. So fine, take sexy. They'll last a bit long. And that'll be the last of it. So we got to get the heck out of this war. And send our forces to Syracuse while we create a defensive force. And these elephants will come a little later. Well, meanwhile, my shot of glory. Could have come up with a better tactic, but oh well. But regardless, this is where I will hold triumph for myself, just to show how great Memnon is. And I will take my leave from this blasted war, as they call me conqueror, just like my father before me. So he's left the army, and in his place, Ariston. Proper replacement. keep it handy of my little troops, will you? They'll fight for you. Switch tactics for reference. Yeah, I think we have to go now. Just barely got the money in. Is it still negotiable? These, areas? Yes. Yes. Fully negotiable. Also, we should have that too. And these three. Just to fully eliminate their country. And subsequently, pay those mercenaries off so we can get out of here. Because they may come here. All those bastards, they give them military access. Now the real question is, who's going to run this army? We have some competent ones, including an oddly Punic Iberic man. But I need, I got an alternative. Honor Guard, yes. Give me the Corsican Honor Guard. It'll up the cultural happiness and culture freeman output for the Corsicans, but not so much for the Illuvians. So a Corsican warrior will join my court. The Corsicans have sent us a man to fulfill the role of the Honor Guard in Massalia. Only time will tell if we can actually put this new warrior to use, or this is a part of a mere formality to please his cultural kin. Surely we have some use of him. Introduce yourself. Sehar Punicus, Hellenic Corsican. He's loving, he's crafty, he's brave, and reckless. You're definitely suited for the situation that we got ourselves in. You will take command here. Good at enslaving and good morale of armies. You are strictly home defense now. Because the Turdetanians are coming to Antipolis, no doubt. And Rome is advancing, as Syracuse is taking a beating. No doubt that Rome will eye on us next. While the Ariston will get to the port, get this army evacuated, and head to Sexy to, so we can pay off these mercenaries. We don't need these guys anymore. This is rather important right now. And the Senate is fully behind us, no doubt. Because I'm extremely popular, as Memnon is retired from the military. I'll give him that. It's just to help with the Democrat Party. Oh, you're gonna run into some pirates. Well, probably not, since we have a trireme. Yeah, we have to bring everybody back home. No hostile sieges, so they haven't come here yet. But they did give them access. Now you know what their armies are like. 7. 38,000, mostly heavy infantry. And in fact, a mix of all kinds of units. This is why we kind of feared their military might of the Romans. Let's go finish that siege and pay them off. Take your time. Criminy. Alright, you're out of here. Pay you another. And this barely makes up to the balance. Until the elephants come in. All I could say is, come on, sexy, fall! After I celebrated my recent triumphs, now I have dysentery. But it's treatable, so I'll seek treatment for my decision. Who has good finesse, good statesmanship. He's looking to kill some woman who's that's the aunt of the general of the Second Army. Yeah. Sexy's fallen. Now that's a total victory right there. Yes, that's all. It's a huge aggressive expansion. It's a huge price to pay, but it's worth it. This is a very stable country we have now. And now we have all of Turdetania to us. And I will soon make another decision regarding those people because I have a high amount of respect for them just for fending off the Carthaginians of what they did. So let me pass judgment to these important families for once. And I'm sure some of you thinking, like, what are you doing? Yes, I know your wife. She's in prison. Location Adramat. It's part of Massalia right now. You know what? I ought to welcome you. Not because you're... Well, you do have the good zeal. That's one thing. As for the others... Very good charisma. Now, who else? And this one is pretty good all around, except for the Marshal. And I believe that was the last Archon. He was the Archon during that war. Before all hell broke loose further east right now, which we'll have to bring our troops home quickly. Get back to Massalia. What a content man. Your home country's not in ruins. Calm down. We'll bring you in as well. Turdetania. Okay, she's not in our prison. That's over there. Somewhere. Fortunately, I can't get her. So at least I'll keep my popularity up. So we have the country. But now, let's get the heck out of here. Stop that fort building. And take down one of them. This is going to be a good country to have, you know. Especially this city. And of course, we have to, appoint a new governor as we control this area now. Now, who would it be? By Turdetanians themselves. Lower population growth. Hey, you were once Archon in this area, so we'll give you the land. Just don't go do something stupid. And also, I'm going to owe you a favor. I've always thought about integrating another culture, so we know which one exactly. Iberian. Yeah, there's not a lot of Turdetanians that we have under our control, but that's because of all that enslaving, which I will apologize for. And there is one Massalian that lives there. Massalian Iberian. He's a freeman. Oh. We'll integrate them. Yes, that's the decision. Just because they have a lowered population, but many of them are going to be coming here. Oh. So we cannot ignore the Turdetanians. We will give them civic rights. That would lower the stability even faster. Keep this fort and take this one down. Not necessary to hold it. This is all empty land. Fort here that we'll keep. And we'll keep these two forts here. Malacca, Sixos. That's what it's now known as. Yeah, tell these elephants coming, it's going to be costly for us. Until the economy gets better here. And perhaps a little bit more food. Send some livestock. From somewhere safe. Do we pick up this army? Go pick up this one and go straight to Massalia. As all the Roman armies are marching down to Syracuse. Yep, they did call them in. As we said before, this was an overreaction on our part. But at least now that we've taken these areas, hopefully we get some increased commerce. One day, this will come to us. Get back in. Of course. Already carried 20 cohorts. 38. Okay, 20. Need a few more. Just build them around here. Hurry up. We ain't got time for it. We're barely putting together our home defense. We never even got to finish the road. So yes, we're integrating those people that live here because they're going to be important of the westernmost Iberian people. This is just to make sure they don't break out into violence and whatnot. But at least it's not an isolated province. There's no rush, because they have not entered through Antipolis yet. But Syracuse is going to fall, unfortunately. No longer have dysentery. Thank you, Aventus. Olivian Hellenic. Right, ships are built, and they're going to be on their way, should they avoid the pirates. Hey, you're the former Archon. Be happy at the fact that, that man again. Be happy that you get to run the country again. This land that you live. And I'd like to have that, you know, that woman, but of course, it's going to cost a lot. This is how much they're willing to rent. If only I were to help you escape. But, oh well. As I said, one day, Rome's going to be looking at us next. $42. Dang it, still not enough. Luckily, we can build one here locally. Just one more. Right here in Tartessos. At least there's mercenaries that we can hire in the future when we fight against Carthage. If we have a good economy, you know, the more that we grow. No notifications of any hostile sieges. What's their objective? Take Corsica. Oh no. Those Carthaginian bastards. Rome can have Syracuse, but they cannot have Corsica. You know, they'll send a bulk of their forces this way. Unfortunately, we're not going to be going home, boys. We're staying here. Get to the front line. Get out of these ships. Get off. Oh no, 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 folks will go here. We won't be going home anytime soon, boys. Unfortunately. It's going to be this army that'll be assigned to the Corsican front. Well, fortunately, we do have a few friends in Massalia. It's these natives. The Nurga. They'll take care of a few of them if they can. This will hold them off. And we do have claims on Sardinia. Should we beat them back on a defense, then, well, get this and Sardinia. Yep, it's really escalated here. There you are. Yes, it's going to be a while till we integrate them. Because I believe they will play an important role. See, look at that population increase, all their migrations. That's the reason why it says they are a people, the Iberian people, that simply cannot be ignored. And maybe one day we'll have someone from them to serve as the honor guard. We have the elephants now, but this is our chance to make our gains towards Sardinia. But remember who else you're at war with. Well, they don't have any people inside of, actually, they do have a subject over there. They're a client state. They pay tribute, and we'll fight to. So that means they're going to be going down sexy soon. Sexos is what it's known as now. At the governor's behest. Well, finish construction of this ship and get the hell out of here. Yes, let the soldiers have their due. More discipline. Even though we know what we're up against. Get to Massalia. Sail as fast as you can. The natives will take care of them, but this is the only army we have to face over there. While the vast majority of them is going to swarm on us over here. So we'll try to put up an effective defense. My God. Actually, there is enough room for all of us to siege this area. Let's go. Let's not waste time here. Oh, one other thing. Actually, no, because the pirates. Because I was about to say, we can block the straits. But we need to transport the army. Okay. Your priorities. You are to transport this army to Corsica, and then come sail all the way back to the Straits of Herakles and block their movements. So we can keep this territory, so we can occupy it and hold it, so that way no one else can come attack. Wish we had more fleets, but we just simply cannot afford them. We just don't have the means to maintain. I mean, how do you transport this whole brand new army? Plus with elephants now. Hey, help us out here. This could be a sacrifice for Turdetania. Which they do hold bits of that in this. Because that's where we get our elephants from. You got the money, so go get yourself some mercenaries if you can afford them. This will definitely slow them down. Yep, they've joined up. Them and all their subjects. Hey, I was about to say, can we wipe peace out of this? No, you cannot. That's what we get for spending our manpower for this. Yeah, we may soon run out of manpower. Just because they don't have any ships, but they still have a very formidable army. So stick together and we'll hopefully come out on top. Alright, they arrived. Begin your campaign. Head to there. Once you've landed, then we'll bring the fleet to the Straits of Herakles. Our front over there will be defensive. Over there in Sardinia, that will be the offensive. So it's a two-front war. But it could be a lot easier if we can just block them by positioning our fleet there. The reason they took advantage of us is because of our low manpower. Alright, take this place, unoccupy it, and then advance to Sardinia. While we will try to go block the straits. So, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we will have to leave you with this. But one thing's for certain in the next episode. Again, do not worry about the Romans. But this could be our chance to advance into the Sardinian front, as our friends is already taking care of that. Our native friends. Which we've allied with them long ago for this purpose, because we knew that day was coming. And we didn't think this was going to be soon. Because in the next episode, we will kick the Carthaginian influence out of Iberia for good. And rescuing more of the people that we are trying to integrate. The Turdetanians. They will be part of Massalia. Fully. So this is an escalating conflict in which we hope to de-escalate it if we can get the ships fast enough to here. And this will block any path from there. So we hope you join us in this very critical point of this series. When the manpower is full, we're ready for war, and ready to advance, and to defend. This is a two-front war on two sides of the world. So we hope you join us. Till then, so long for now.